بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Mufti Taqi Hafidhahullah is mentioning a story about his father, and he says once his father was unwell, so maybe before they call it big pharmaceutical companies, most of the things were just herbal medicine, they call Hakim medicine. So nowadays you have all of these kind of medicines. I was reading one of these books, not by a Muslim, but non-Muslim. So they had just mentioned that, you can look into it, do your own research, right? Just they found an opinion that many of these herbal medicines and these things that we used to use before, even like talking about America, that we passed on from generation upon generation. And there was a concerted effort to actually get rid of these things. For example, if you've got a simple way of getting rid of a cold, a cough, paracetamol is gone. So many of the researches that we see out there are funded by people who want the results of the research. So I'm not saying all research is good or research is bad, but just is an interesting look into. So non-Muslims also who look into this, that like in Southern America, that from grandmother to granddaughter they have little books and they would write all these things down. But effort was made to say no, make them like this bakwas, this is all nonsense. There's no proof, it's not proven. So obviously certain things, if you got kidney stone, one is you can remove it via normal herbal medicine. One is so big you can't get it out, so you probably have to operate. You got a heart attack. You're not going to get herbal medicine and a heart attack. You have to probably go there. You get a car accident. So certain things you have to. But a lot of these things, knowledge has been taken away. It's just erased. For example, like a couple of years ago, they were doing a research in Old Trafford, Manchester United, the football club. Like the acoustics is really poor. Like it seems really dead. They can't get the sound, and they got multi-million-dollar people to come and check it out and everything. Don't know what happened. But if you go to I think Delhi Masjid, Jami Masjid, people who have been there, it's like that. We heard it, but we didn't believe it. We went there ourselves. And when you sit from the minbar and you just speak normal voice, the way it's been designed, you can get the whole mosque you can hear. No speakers. That's how they think. So people like some, they can't accept, they can't believe how. But it's because people had the skills. People, if you look in European history, in like Europe and also in Spain, all those places, they would have running water. And how do they get the pressure into the water without electronics? It's amazing. So people can use their brains and people have knowledge. It's not that everything is just discovered in the last 100 years in Europe. So anyway, that's a bit of a rant. So back to what we're talking about here in this Hakim medicine. So Mufti Shafi Sahib rahmatullah alayhi, he was unwell. So he sent his son Mufti Taqi Sahib, a young boy, that go to the Hakim Sahib, go to the doctor, not like a medical doctor, but the Hakim, and ask him that my dad, you probably he knows the situation anyways, or he has this reoccurring problem. So he went. So Mufti Taqi Sahib said, he went there and he said, my dad is said, he said, forget your dad right now. You have a problem. So he said, no, it's not for me. He said, no, you have a problem. He said, what do you mean I have a problem? He says that I can tell from your voice, from your throat and the way your voice is, that you have a problem in your, what's paper again? Lungs. In your lungs. So he said, I don't know, I didn't know. So he goes, no, I can tell. So just from the way he used to speak, you can just tell. So people are expert in the field. So I just went, my brother, so he's into building. He's a builder. So everywhere he goes, he says, look at that. And then he explains how it's good or it's bad. That is done this way. So this is called this and this and this, funa. And this is done in a very economical way, a very, very clever way. And this is something he goes, this is waste of money. This is like, then it's so poorly. They put this kind of wooden frame in a toilet, it's going to cause it to rot and it doesn't make any sense. These tiles are not lit up properly. Wherever he goes is, buy a bus car. That's the my piece. Because why? That's his field. So wherever you're in your field, you become an expert in that field. Like everywhere you go, you notice these things. So he goes, as soon as he just sees it, your voice is not normal. Your voice is not normal. Something's wrong with you. So he goes, you got, and he took the medicine and he came back the next time. He said, no, it's okay. And obviously these Hakim were like modern doctors that they're going to charge you like an exorbitant money just for, they were genuine like friends, and they was like, okay, no, you actually, so trying to sell him, So he said, so what he's pointing out from here is that sometimes we have illnesses and we have problems. One is in our health and one is in our spiritual problems. But we don't realize that this problem is in us until somebody who's an expert in this can show us. Yes, and even normally, for example, you realize, your salah is not proper. You're not holding your hands properly. You're not doing ruku properly. You're not doing sujood properly. Hadith can tell us straight away that our sifat and our sad is not correct, and our qaf is not correct, and our dha is not correct. Now I'm just thinking, mashallah, I'm praying really nicely. But straight away, Qais can say, this sifat is not right, because he's got zawq. He spent years doing this. So straightly, similarly, in terms of our akhlaq, Sometimes we are very aggressive. Sometimes we are very, we have a bit of pride in us, but we don't say openly. But the words that we use, the choice of words that we use, you can see how this person, the way he's speaking he's a bit haughty by himself. A person, and sometimes you can't differentiate between these things. A person who's an expert in this, who studied this, who's learned this, who's this, then they can, if you're willing to accept a person's advice, or you're open enough that they give you advice. Sometimes like, why should I give you advice? I can tell that the way he's behaving is, he's not doing it on purpose. He can't even tell himself. Like, I can't tell myself, I don't know. And if I know of somebody who can tell me that, you know what, when you speak, you use these words and these words show a bit belittling other people. Sometimes even if you give a fatwa, you're talking about something else, I can say, oh, you know what, even this, like sometimes discussing shoes. And the way I say, oh, I bought a new pair of shoes. And when we talk, I'm belittling his shoes to show that I got better shoes than you. And you never mean it in a bad way, but that just shows that inside of you, everything you have tanafus. That you're trying to share how much, same, even for the same shoes, but you want to prove that I'm better, so I purchased it and I got a discount, I got it in a sale, so I got it for a cheaper price than you. So even in there, he's trying to show that I'm better than you. It can happen, you can see it when you're an expert in something, you can see, oh, this person, he's this. So many things in terms of, he's not got sabr. But you don't realize you don't have sabr. The way when you speak, when you talk. And the person could be actually complaining or actually saying something, and it's not against sabr. So this is when you have experts in this field. That's why there's two things. One is, if you want to become a better person, you have to accept that, you know what, I am full of mistakes. Not just say, oh yeah, I know I'm a very sinful person. One is actually genuinely think, you know what, right now, it doesn't matter my age, how much I have studied, how much I have faults in me. And I know this. But I'll try to find my faults. There's so many ways. One way is, you see somebody, and say, oh mashallah, that's a very good quality inside of him. That's a very good quality inside of him. So let me try and adopt this. One is, somebody is very sincere, you trust that person, and you tell that person, no, just be honest with me. Sometimes I don't sometimes I have a bit of anger problem. Sometimes I got things that I do wrong. Just tell me. I want to, be my real friend and not a sadiquka. Laysa man sadaqaka wala. No, what's that? Your friend, what's that one? A sadiquka? Sadiquka man sadaqaka la man sadaqaka. That your friend is one who speaks the truth to you, not one who believes everything that you say. I said, jihan, you're right. So one who says the truth to you, like you got a good friend, and you can accept this from your friend. If you say anything, let me know. So you say, you know what? Don't say this word. This is not really good. You done that. That wasn't really polite. When you done this, you should have done it this way. Then you can. So you have to have somebody, because you can't see yourself. You have to have like a mirror. You have to be willing to accept that I need to have change. And if you find somebody, it can be a brother, elder brother, it can be a father, it can be a teacher, you can have a proper guide who you say, I know, help me through. And people, when you say this word, so this is like, what you call it, you get a bit, if you go in business world, you have mentorship. What's apprentice? That is a person who's been in this job, whether it's a mechanic, whether it's an accountant, whether it's an architect, whether it's a builder, all of these things, you have mentorship. Because there's a book, along with the book, what do you have? Just skills, general skills that you can't pick up from the book. You can pick a lot from the book, little things that pick up here and there. They don't fall in a particular chapter. So when you have this in all other fields, you also have it in your akhlaq, you also have it in your manners, you also have it in your a'mal. That's why even, for example, the Prophet would say some companion, you increase your ibadah a bit. Another companion, decrease your ibadah a bit. So all of these things, if you have a mentorship, so number one is accept and know, not just by saying it, that deep down, alhamdulillah, I'm Muslim, I'm a believer, I perform my salah, I do this, I don't lie. But along with this, there's so many other faults within me. Because everybody thinks they're right. The truth is, everybody thinks they're right. And one of the scariest things that happens that I saw in my life was the exam paper. No, not exam paper. One of the most, the actual answer should be the scariest thing I saw in my life was students' handwriting. Not exam paper. No? Some of the students' handwriting was the scariest thing I seen in my life. The scariest thing I saw in my life was, I was driving my daughter to school. And this guy, he came and he parked the car, middle of the road. Yeah? He went, he dropped his, and everybody's like blowing the horn. Somebody got out the car, what's happened? He just blocked the road, and then he went, he dropped his daughter off, and slowly walked back and went in the car. And everybody's like, he goes, no, I gotta drop my daughter off. So I was just thinking that, a human being, like every single, like 99% of the people, like if there's 100 people in there, only that one person thought I did a good job, that I was right, I had the right to do this, that I had to go drop my daughter to school, I don't care. And everybody else like this is baffled. But a time can come, meaning a person can think, even though he's 100% wrong, everybody can see that he's wrong except him. I mean, human being can be like this. So from there I thought, you know what, that could be us as well. that I'm thinking, oh, I'm giving a really good nasiha, I'm teaching really good in class, I'm being really good to the students, I'm really helpful to the students, I'm just thinking, nobody's gonna, I don't know if somebody, but nobody's really gonna say, no, Wallah, I think this is really wrong. What you've done to the student here is wrong. You may have failed this student, or you may have expelled this student, or you may have set this rule in place. I think I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I think I'm the best head teacher. That's what we don't say because that's takabbur. But if we look deep down, that's why we don't really analyze ourselves. So that's why every single person, do anything you do, the way you dress, the way you think, oh, I got my beard the best, I got my dress the best, I got the best topi, I wear the glasses the best, I have the best. Well, you don't see. But if you actually realize, you know what, this is something that is changing. So until you don't realize that, yeah, I can improve. Because everybody in everything, you have an argument, nobody comes out and says, yeah, it was my mistake. Because both people think, you have an arbitrary, because both people think, I am right. No? But both can't be right. It can add a misunderstanding or one person is wrong. If it's a misunderstanding, we're both humble, we'll come to a conclusion and say, you have misunderstood what happened here. Oh, it was my mistake, I made a mistake. But generally, it's like, no, I'm right, they're wrong. If you say, person, yeah, it was actually my fault, then it's how this person actually humble, is actually seeking the truth. So number one is create inside of you the ability to understand and accept that I have many faults. Allah has given me many things, alhamdulillah. Allah has given many things, iman, etc., etc. But I still have a long way to go. And number two is look for somebody, and you may have friends, real true friends, not friends that just enjoy your company, but friends that want good for you. You may have elders, whether it's your brothers, whether it's your parents, your mother, your elder sister, your uncle as a teacher, and accept what they have to say, or live with them in such a way that they can, tell you that this is the thing. And if you always argue about, defend, and it's like, what's the point? And then you lose so much experience, and the leaps and bounds, you can learn from somebody's experience so much. But if you want to be stubborn, like buying a car, I think you're younger, you think, oh, what's the simple way? Your father's bought 5 cars, your uncle's bought 10 cars. So someone explains, like, uncle, what do you think? Tata, mama, I'm buying this car, what do you think? If they got experience in this car, they save you so much time. In terms of insurance costs, in terms of mileage, in terms of sometimes you have a fault in the car. In marriage, in business, in Hajj, anything that you do, saving money, all of these things. So even in this, if you find somebody like this, value this and make a way to benefit yourself. So the same way, you don't realize, Mufti Kisab saying, I had a problem, what's prayer again? My lungs. I didn't even know until I didn't talk and he heard my voice. I thought I was healthy, my father was sick. I had a problem. So we also have these problems in our lives. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all the ability to understand, accept that we have faults in ourselves. Give us the ability to understand where we see these faults, and give us good guides and good friends who can direct us and do irshad of us to khair and goodness, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka.